What's up everyone, Mark here and welcome to Down the Road, my new series where we take a somewhat deeper dive into topics of local historical or pop culture interest here in Rhode Island. In each video we'll explore a new subject, touching on some important or lesser known details, and all without meandering too far down the road. Today's topic may already be a familiar one to folks from around here, particularly those of a certain age. In their heyday, Ann & Hope operated 6 enormous department stores in Rhode Island and Massachusetts. By the modern eye, they may not have stood out much. The locations ticked all the boxes for your average big box store. What you may not be aware of, though, is that Ann & Hope was the progenitor of nearly all of what we consider big box retail today. Walmart, Kmart, Target, and the like all drew on standards and practices developed by Ann & Hope in the mid-20th century. The story starts with Martin Chase, a Russian immigrant from modern-day Ukraine who came to Providence, Rhode Island with his family in 1912 at the age of 6. As a young man, Chase worked several jobs in clothing retail until in 1933 he started his own clothing retailer, Chase Clothing, where he built his success on budget-conscious business practices with the frugal customer in mind. Chase was easily able to undersell his competition, saving money by displaying merchandise on cheap store fixtures and cutting frills like having to staff tailors to perform alterations. In time, Chase's customers came to appreciate the value they received. In the lead up to World War II, though, the clothing market went into decline, so Chase began looking to diversify into other businesses. In 1946, he purchased the defunct Ann & Hope Mill Complex in Cumberland, Rhode Island, dividing and renting the space to a number of tenants for several years. In the early 1950s, however, a tenant vacated their space, leaving a significant quantity of fabric ribbon behind. Rather than pay to dispose of it, Chase opened the area to other tenants of the mill complex and sold it. This initial sale was so successful that it led to the further expansion of Chase's retail operation at the mill in the years that followed, and ultimately to the creation of the Ann & Hope department store. While it's been falsely circulated that the store was named Ann & Hope after Chase's daughters, the reality is that the store simply took on the name already emblazoned on the mill complex when Chase purchased it. The mill complex itself having been named for the Ann & Hope, a merchant ship lost at sea off the coast of Rhode Island near Block Island in 1806. Master shipbuilder Benjamin Tallman constructed the Ann & Hope in 1798 for the newly formed partnership of Brown and Ives, and it was named for the wives of Nicholas Brown Jr., Anne, and Thomas Poynion Ives, Hope. The Ann & Hope made only 6 voyages during its lifetime, and is speculated to have been one of the first, if not the first, American vessel to reach China, owing to Brown and Ives' heavy involvement in the tea and silk trade. Back here in America during the post-war 1950s, retail was booming along with the babies, and Ann & Hope was primed for expansion. Chase had already pioneered a number of aspects of the modern department store that we consider ubiquitous today. A self-serve environment where customers shop the sales floor for their own merchandise, using grocery-style shopping carts or buggies. The store's original Cumberland Mill location even operated a special chain-driven lift designed to transport customers' full shopping carts between floors. As common as this approach is in retail today, it was unheard of back then. At the time, whenever you shopped in a department store, a sales clerk or personal shopper was the norm. The department store wasn't a place where you quickly went to just grab a few necessities. It was a place where an entire day could be consumed browsing the merchandise and completing your purchases, then being helped to your vehicle or even having your items shipped. Today, those are things we might consider a bit luxurious, because then, as today, they came at a significant cost in time and efficiency. All of this just added overhead to the retail process, meaning all the money it took to do those things made the merchandise cost more. Offering discounted merchandise of no lesser quality in a more comfortable and casual atmosphere was where Ann & Hope was excelling. Ready to build on his success, Chase opened a second Ann & Hope location in Warwick in October 1962, just ahead of the holiday shopping season. This time, the store was designed and purpose-built from the ground up to be the mold for a new kind of retail. The location featured many innovations we now take for granted. A spacious and open layout with wide, navigable aisles, and a large central checkout and customer service area at the front of the store. It really was America's first big box store. And what's more, when it opened, and for decades after, the Warwick location included an adjoining Stop and Shop grocery store, sharing a common parking lot and interior access, making it something akin to the superstores of today, which include both a department store and a grocery under one roof, like Walmart supercenters. Speaking of Walmart, it's no accident how they came about either. Sam Walton, Walmart's founder, was an acquaintance of Chase's and came to visit and tour his stores on a number of occasions. It seems that when faced with the opportunity to expand the Ann & Hope concept nationally, it was Chase's desire to remain regional to New England. It's said that the two had a gentleman's agreement that Walmart would stay out of the markets in which Ann & Hope operated, and that Ann & Hope wouldn't expand outside of New England. Even long after Chase's death on Christmas Eve in 1971, that appeared to remain true. In fact, it was only after Walton's death in 1992 that Walmart crept closer, opening their first Rhode Island store in Warwick, on Post Road, fewer than 2 miles from Ann & Hope in 1995. By the late 1990s, Ann & Hope was operating stores in Cumberland and Warwick, Rhode Island, and Danvers, Dartmouth, Methuen, and Seekonk, Massachusetts. In addition, they operated a string of small curtain and bath and fashion outlets, selling closeout merchandise, most co-located with Ann & Hope stores, but a few standalone. Nonetheless, Ann & Hope's best days were unfortunately in the past. Facing increased competition from the big new corporate players in the neighborhood, it was in 2001 when the company announced the shutdown of all Ann & Hope department stores' operations, leaving only a retooled string of home and garden outlets, mostly occupying fractions of the department store's former real estate. The outlet chain saw some success in the first decade of the 21st century, even expanding further into a number of new locations regionally. In 2020, though, after a long-fought battle, Ann & Hope admitted defeat, ending all retail operations with the next generation of the Chase family just not wanting to continue. And who can really blame them in the face of a quickly changing retail environment? These days, traditional brick-and-mortar retail is losing ground to online retail across the board, with only the largest corporations, like Walmart, able to compete in that arena. And even Walmart is actively angling their way into the online market to try and grab a slice of Amazon's giant chunk of the pie. Retail in America has been evolving constantly, from native trading hundreds of years ago to the first country stores and shops opened by European settlers to the physical and virtual stores of today. Make no mistake about it though, the Superstore was invented by an immigrant right here in Rhode Island. And that's something to be proud of both as an American and a Rhode Islander. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed making it for you. Please let me know down in the comments what you think, and suggest topics you'd like to see in future Down the Road episodes. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, or a thumbs down if you didn't, and to consider subscribing if you haven't already. Hit the big red subscribe button below, or the watermark in the corner, and when you do, make sure you tap the bell icon to get notified every time I release a new video. Don't forget, it's important to remember and retell Rhode Island history, because Rhode Island history is our history. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.